The really sad things about the Palisades is a lot of people were on the California Fair Plan.
What is your job there now? Is it to reassess the soil? Is it to let the homeowner know, hey, you can rebuild here, or you should, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Because it's a total loss, the insurance isn't necessarily going to cover the foundation per se, but they will cover the rebuild.
Do most of the families choose to rebuild, or is it more developers who are going to?
I mean, I have so many videos and pictures, it literally looks like a war zone.
Welcome to Luxury on Call with Alexandra Miklosova, also known as the listing agent. This is the #1 podcast for the service-obsessed modern homeowner, the one who values peace of mind, appreciates vetted referrals, and believes that only the best is good enough. Each week, you'll hear from certified experts, luxury vendors, and trusted voices who help you add value to your estate and elevate your lifestyle. Because luxury isn't about having more, it's about knowing who to call. This is Luxury on Call.
Welcome back to another episode of Luxury on Call. I am your host, Alexandra Miklosova, also known as the listing agent. Since I'm obsessed with luxury service and helping homeowners live their best life, today we are going to speak about the fundamentals, or I should say the foundation. No, actually, literally, we are going to be speaking about the foundation underneath your home. It is the quiet hero under each home, unnoticed until one day it demands attention. I have the best in the industry. Allow me to introduce Kyle with Alpha Structural, my go-to firm, trusted to protect luxury estates, hillside mansions, and historical, iconic, amazing properties across Los Angeles. I think Kyle's seen it all. And if you are interested in finding out what are the red flags that every homeowner should be looking for, or just want the inside scoop on how to have your Los Angeles home standing strong, this episode is definitely for you. Kyle, welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks, Alexandra. Excited to be here.
Thank you. So I know that I have so many questions, but I just want to start off with my signature question of what is luxury to you as Kyle? Like what luxury means to you? And then how do you guys provide that luxury service in your company?
Totally. Luxury to me is very simple. Full service. Full service all the way. When you think of luxury, you expect seamlessness, ease, and you really want just full service. So that's what I've, as a professional, that's what I imagine is luxury. That's what luxury is. But also, even as a consumer, when I go places, if I pick a luxury location that I'd like to go to, that's what I'm looking for.
You're looking for the service.
I'm looking for full service, and
I'm with you.
That's what I try. That's what I always try to shoot for. Is everybody loves full service.
Absolutely, and that's attention and communication, especially in this day and age where people don't even want to answer the phone. I mean, everything is automated. You have been one of those people that have not only replied to my DMs, my text messages, even before I've ever worked with you, right? Like the service, the level of service, I would say, and the level of attention to you and the ladies in the office. Shout out to all of them because I love every and each one of them. It's amazing, So thank you for doing that. And I'm assuming you do that to every single customer.
Totally. It's funny that you'd mentioned the office because, like you said, in an age of automation, right?
Yes.
Everybody has automated systems that take phone calls, and we specifically prohibit that at Alpha Structural.
Really?
Only have live in-house agents and employees that answer calls because nobody likes talking to a robot. I hate calling customer service and dealing with automated messages and press this button and that button.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So we don't. It's live only.
I love
full
that.
service.
I love it. So my first question is to me, because LA is filled with incredible mansions and different homes. Is there a different science that goes into protecting a home that's an iconic, I don't know, hillside property versus just like your regular home, you know? Is the science different behind it?
You know, it's I would say it's 50-50, right? The engineering element is sort of the same. But with ultra luxury properties, they're usually built in more challenging environments or conditions, right? Oceanfront, coastal, steep hillside areas. So in that element, it's a totally different game. When you have properties that are developed in extremely challenging areas, especially when it comes to the geology, the ground,
the soil. Texture.
Yep. That's the contrast, is that most of your sort of normal houses are, you know, built in relatively mild conditions, right? In the flatter areas. Whereas when you get into truly, you know, luxury or estate or trophy properties, they're usually much larger properties and in much more challenging areas.
I see. So based on that, what are the services, some of the signature services that your company can come and rescue homeowners?
Totally. So we're a very interesting company where we have a very specific niche that most people don't do, right? We specialize in all aspects of structural repair, right? So any issue that a building has, whether it's sinking, whether the floors are sagging, whether it's about to slide down a hill, whether it has a landslide, the roof is collapsing, there's termites that have eaten away a property for 30 years, earthquake damage, coastal and
fire damage,
you know, erosion from wave action on the coast, you know, seawalls collapsing, anything where you imagine, you know, a building or slope can fail structurally, that's our area of expertise. The other thing, and that's both engineering and construction. We have big construction teams and engineering teams in-house. But we also do an interesting niche that we do, particularly in the luxury real estate market, is we do very challenging enhancements to properties. Right?
Oh, I'm interested in that.
Yeah. So if people want to build, you know, interesting additions underneath their houses, big basements underneath their houses, underground structures, if they want to open up the entire side of their house facing the view and they don't want to see a single column, any sort of strange or enhanced modification that requires structural expertise, we are experts in those items as well.
So I do want to talk about Palisades and what that looks like. What is your number one project that you're being called for after the fires? But I want to go to Hillside for a quick second.
Sure.
In Bel-Air. That's where I live, I mean, and I love the community, but it's very hilly, right?
Very.
So there's a ton of new constructions there. So those homeowners or those buyers who want to be in Bel-Air, but they say like there's no pool there. There is a solution, right? So you can go out and advise them before they start the remodeling or the construction, and actually advise if there is more added value that could be added to the property.
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, all the time. So we probably do at least, I would say at least 25 up to 45 escrows a week at Alpha Structural. A week.
I wish I was doing those numbers.
Yeah, and so
that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's very busy.
So would you say? I'm sorry. Would you say that your clients are more the real estate professionals, or is the end user as well, or is it kind of a mixture of both?
Everything. Mixture of both. So we really have a lot of different clients.
Yes.
I guess you could say we have a lot of realtors as clients. We have obviously homeowners. That's our largest share of clients are home or building owners, right? And then we also have clients that are asset managers, you know, whether they're boutique luxury asset managers that represent, you know, high net worth clients, or commercial industrial asset managers for high rise buildings, commercial buildings, because we do not discriminate when it's a building. It can be a tiny little shed in a bad part of town, all the way up to some of the biggest and most, you know, unbelievable properties that were ever built, right? So we have a lot of different clients. But yes, real estate, we go during escrow and we not only evaluate the building for structural damage or retaining wall issues, hillside issues, but we also, one of the benefits that a buyer or a seller enjoy is the damage assessment side is a given, right?
Right.
But we also can advise on potential that the property has, right? If there's a pool, like you said, if there's no pool, do they want to relocate the pool?
Is that part of the standard inspection process, or the potential that's something that they usually ask above and beyond? Like, hey, what if we added a pool, or what if we added a panic room, or something in the bottom?
So we always tell our realtor clients, look, if your buyer has any questions on improvements that they want to do, like if they want to open up the entire kitchen, living room, make it wide open, there's no extra charge. When we're there, we do our thing. We do the damage assessment. We find out if there's anything wrong, and then we can go right into consulting on potential improvements, whether it's expanding a yard, putting a pool in, or opening up every wall in the house if they want.
So that's interesting. I wanted to wait a little longer to ask you this, but since you mentioned it, during escrow, how do I know, or when do I know that, okay, I'm doing my regular inspections? At what point I know I need to call you as well? So automatically, if it's Hillside or Oceanfront, I'm going to call you to make sure that the damage assessment is done. But on the regular home, is there a good time? Like, how do I know I need your expertise and do a deeper inspection?
You are listening to Luxury on Call, Season 1, in proud partnership with the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce.
It's a great question. It really just depends. Some agents just automatically will start with a general home inspection and a foundation or structural inspection, right? But really the telltale signs are when you're doing your inspection, your agent walkthrough, right?
Yes.
If you see, obvious cracking in the walls, if you think the floors feel funny, and they're uneven, and you're like, this is kind of weird. That's a good time to say, you know what, we should just check the foundation. A lot of agents make the mistake of relying on the general home inspector to catch these things. And this is actually the subject of a lot of litigation that happens in real estate transactions where they will, a major foundation issue exists, but they only got a general home inspection. And it's really not the responsibility of the general home inspector to detect foundation issues.
So they don't have to call out if they see something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, maybe, if there's something obvious, then of course, they have a section that says foundation, but they're only there to really, to only isolate what is probably so obvious that somebody that's non-specialized can see. A gaping crack in the foundation, a chasm
uneven
underneath
pool.
it. Yeah, a pool that's, so uneven that you can, anybody can see with the naked eye.
But that's kind of concerning as an agent, right?
Yeah.
Because I do rely on the general inspector to really guide me and say, hey, that looks funny. That doesn't look perfect. You should get more, and they usually call things up, but not all of them.
Yep.
Which is why it's so important to always work with certified and vetted, amazing preferred vendors.
Yes.
I always say that.
Definitely.
Okay, so going back to Palisades.
Yeah.
What does that look like now? Are you there often?
Every week, yeah. So Palisades is it's. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. I mean, it looks better now because most of the lots have been cleared. But I mean, I have so many videos and pictures. It literally looks like a war zone. It looked like a war zone, of course, because our first trip into Palisades was 2 weeks after the fires. 2 or 3 weeks after the fires. And it literally, it's like I even sometimes look at my phone and I'll scroll through pictures and videos that I have, and I'm just like, I still can't believe it. I literally still can't believe it.
When I went there the first time after the fires, it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There was, it was a Lionsgate portal, actually. There was an event there, which I couldn't find, but that's a topic for another day. And I was driving through the Palisades, and I just bursted into tears.
It's really sad.
And I'm assuming, and I don't know if this word or adjective is even correct, but it looked probably better than what it was.
Yeah.
But it was devastating.
It really is.
So, what is your job there now? Is it to reassess the soil? Is it to let the homeowner know, hey, you can rebuild here, or you should, like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Totally. So, yeah, it's a great question. So, what we're very busy with in the Palisades right now are particularly in the more advanced hillside areas of Palisades, like on the bluff side or graded lots, like hillside lots, where, they have very expensive foundations, and these houses have just burned to the ground, but the foundations are still there.
I saw that a lot of, what is it, caissons?
Yeah, that's right. Caissons. That's yes. Right. Exactly. That is when you know you have a good agent.
Yeah, and they're just standing there,
yeah.
And there's nothing above it.
That's the thing. So those are very expensive foundations. Sometimes, depending on the lot and what the soil is like,
right.
These are sometimes $500,000 plus foundation systems, right? So we are flat out right now basically doing forensic engineering services to test those very expensive foundations.
If they are still good.
And reuse them. And then we're repairing them. So we're basically testing them, certifying them, and or repairing them, getting them ready to rebuild while reusing the existing caisson foundation.
So they need to be recertified?
Yeah.
And then you do that. That's incredible.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know if you know this or not, but do most of the families choose to rebuild, or is it more developers who are going to?
Most of our clients are families that are rebuilding. Yeah.
Okay.
But we've had a lot of clients that I've had for more than 10 years that were so firmly rooted in Palisades, and they just can't do it. They're selling. So there's a lot of developers buying up properties there now.
So is there, let's say, a foundation that cannot be recertified? Then what happens? You have to just
start fresh.
Oh my goodness! And I'm assuming insurance doesn't cover that.
Well, because it's a total loss, the insurance isn't necessarily going to cover the foundation per se, but they will cover the rebuild. So it depends on the policy. And one of the really sad things about the Palisades is a lot of people were on the California Fair Plan, and that has a cap. I believe it's $3.5 million.
Yeah.
And look, a lot of people might laugh at us saying, only $3.5 million. Well, when you're in a very challenging hillside area and you have a 4,500 square foot house. And you have some of the most restrictive building codes in the country.
Right.
That $3.5 million goes really fast.
It goes straight to the foundation.
It can. I mean, we have some lots where the geology is so bad, they have landslides where the foundation can creep up to $1 million. But in the more flat areas, it's much more simple. So it's different. Yeah.
But I'm referring to those foundations standing right on the beach.
Oh yeah. No,
ones
those
that have nothing on the top.
Malibu particularly is bad.
Yeah.
Malibu
actually
really bad. Yeah. Palisades, the bluffs, going down toward the beaches is really bad, but Malibu is so bad because I have clients in Malibu that had, they've lived in Malibu for 25 years and they had $800,000 in coverage on their insurance.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, you won't even begin on the foundation with $800,000 between the septic, the foundation, and the seawall that you have to do. It's just like, it's just a total loss, and there's no hope for them to rebuild.
And they still choose to rebuild? No.
Some
Not
do.
In Malibu.
Some do.
Some
yeah, and some don't.
So I have a question, and I wasn't going to ask you this. I hope you're not going to be mad that I put you on the spot. When I drove by, and I think this was in Malibu, I've seen that some homes were completely gone. Foundation is still there. But some homes were still standing. And this is immediately next to a home that was completely devastated and burned down the road.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, there are a couple answers to that.
I was so curious.
First and foremost, I would say I have probably a half dozen clients that stayed behind during the fires in Malibu and literally fought the fires like all
With the
day,
hose.
all night.
I know one
you know?
person.
Yeah.
Our mutual
yeah,
friend.
that's right.
Brendan.
Yeah. And that was pretty crazy. I have another
so-
client that had the most extreme firefighting experience. And I'm not saying that from, his stories or anecdotes. He showed me videos and he literally looked like he was on hell on earth. I mean, it was like pitch black. Everything's pitch black, dark. There's fire flying in the sky everywhere. And he stayed there for 2 days doing that.
Okay, so that made the difference?
He
Simply
saved his
that.
property.
Okay, he said, okay.
And that was an architectural icon, that property. Okay. Like if that burned down, that's bad. That's a horrible thing for Malibu. No, not at all. No.
Can you tell me? No,
you
don't have to.
Let's just say it's
Who is the architect?
It's a Gessner home.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, thank God.
And he helped another property to another Gessner home too. I mean, this guy is like, he's just a legend for what he did, and he's a normal guy, normal guy with,
Amazing.
Unbelievable. So just so scary. That's the first thing is the people that stayed behind, which really is not a good idea. It's especially when you see the videos of what this place looked like during the fires. I mean, when I say hell on earth, I'm literally like, if you watch a movie about post-apocalyptic hell on earth scenarios, that is it. It looks exactly the same.
Be honest, I wouldn't have stayed behind either.
I
don't think I'm brave enough, but
I did that one time because my house almost burned down in the valley, and because I live up in the hills too, and it was stupid. I stayed behind. I got sludge and water dumped all over me by the helicopters, and wherever they suck that from is disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I did that one time, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Like, let the house burn down. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a better finish.
Right.
The insurance.
But we're gonna cut that out.
So it's the people that stayed behind, and then on the building side, it's houses that were designed with more fire resistant.
Okay, I
materials.
was going to ask because it was so visual that some homes almost untouched by the fire, which was crazy to see.
Yeah, I work with several well-known architects in Malibu, and they're known for really just excellent architectural design, finish selection, building material selection, and
like what material should you build from?
Steel? Not even steel necessarily. So a lot of houses are wood and steel framed on the beach, especially the houses that transition through like the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But the best way to go is concrete. Yeah, concrete. I mean, when I drove through Malibu, and I drive through Malibu pretty much every week because we have a lot of projects there, you can see, I mean, a lot of the houses have been cleared, but before you just saw mangled steel, just melted, structural steel, just melted. It's crazy. So concrete's the way to go. Yeah.
So I want to talk about Alpha Standard. When I saw that, in my mind, it lived kind of like the Ritz-Carlton Credo card. We used to carry this around. Is this what Alpha Standard is, or is it more of an intentional, understanding that you work by and provide service by? What is Alpha Standard?
It is that the latter, but we should do that. You're giving me a lot of good ideas.
You give me a lot of great ideas, and hope that our listeners take away a lot of good ideas too.
No, I think
but
they will.
Tell me Alpha Standard, and what does that look like for the client? How do they feel that?
Well, so the Alpha Standard is sort of the perfect balance of, value engineering and excellent quality. Okay. It's very easy to over-engineer something. Right.
Really? What do you mean over-engineer?
Well, it's just being too conservative, right? When you're designing buildings or designing repairs, right? It's very easy to do that because software now allows for less, human input on engineering design, right? So it's very, a lot of people are faced with problems where something is just way over-engineered and then it's very expensive to build, right? So there's a very fine art in balancing, engineering and what we call value engineering and ensuring that something is built to obviously to code, but maybe exceeding code, right?
But not maintaining advantage of.
Yeah, exactly. But finding that fine balance. So the alpha standard is not only applying that in the engineering space, right? But also
Pricing integrity.
Yeah, excellent quality construction and not, having just outrageous pricing, right?
How can you do that? Especially
It's very
in this
hard.
economy, the workforce is getting less and less.
Yeah.
That's going to be, is that coming from the top, or as a team you come together, and how can you promise?
It's very hard. We obviously, we can never say, and we would never say that we're the cheapest because we're not. We don't want to be the cheapest. 35% of our work is ripping out substandard work from other contractors, right? So we're usually around the upper middle.
Right.
And we found that that's kind of the perfect balance where we can provide our services to everyone. And that's why we do work in areas that are working class, areas that are low income, and then ultra luxury is because our services are well balanced, our costing is well balanced, and our services are available to everyone.
Absolutely love that. Are you only in Los Angeles? I feel like I should know this.
Yeah. No, we're a Los Angeles-based company. We're rather large and we're family owned, but we do all of Orange County.
Okay.
We service all of Orange County, Los Angeles County, obviously, and then Ventura, Santa Barbara too.
Okay. Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
So you doing the triangle.
Oh yeah, and I'm like,
where are you mostly? You're in LA?
I'm mostly at our headquarters in LA, but I'm in different counties like every week. I'm just driving all over the place.
And you still answer everybody's.
Yeah,
you're amazing.
I always will. Even look, I just started my Instagram, so I'm not I'm building up my following, but. It doesn't matter how many followers I get. I always respond to people.
Do you do that? You don't have to answer this.
No, I do.
Because I always see you comment on agents' posts. Congratulations, this, that. Like, how do you do that? And you still work.
Yeah,
you hold a position in this company. You're not just doing this for fun, right?
Yeah, no, I have over 100 people under me, but I take like 35 minutes a day, and I just do like social media. I interact with people.
That's amazing.
I answer DMs because I have people that DM me for all sorts of things, like not only business inquiries. But hiring, I get like a ton of construction guys and engineers that DM me about jobs, careers. So I respond to everyone. I mean, there are definitely trolls that I try not to respond to, but
well,
I still respond to them too.
You're doing an amazing job. I commend you.
Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. I try.
So I have to ask, if someone's listening to us, what are some of the early signs of, my foundation might not be, it demands attention, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
What could we look for? Red flag, if you will.
Red flags are floors that are sloping. Okay. Even sometimes you hear weird noises, popping sounds in your house.
From the floor?
Yeah, from the floor, or sometimes in the ceiling too. Yeah, the attic. Yeah. Or, of course, visible cracks. Like, so one day there's no crack. Next day there's a crack. It's like, that's not, that's when you usually want to start paying attention.
But what if that's just the one-off ghost?
Well, and that's why we free of charge. Okay. Yeah, for any homeowner, if the property isn't being sold or bought, for any homeowner that that wants to ensure something.
Of mind.
Yeah, and they think that something may be wrong and that something may need to be fixed. We'll come out free of charge, and oftentimes we'll go out and nothing's wrong.
You see, and this is why I asked to give me specific real life situations, because I feel like you only come to mind when you're in escrow, right? Either the buyer wants to make sure that they're getting a good property, or the seller wants to make sure that they can add value to the property and maybe price it a little higher. But I feel like if they a homeowner just sitting at home and say, hey, you know what, I'm curious, they can come consult with you. You go out there, probably you personally, and or somebody from the team, and you can give them a piece of mind. That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I mean, most of our, we have, I would say most of our appointments every week are building owner appointments. Okay. So we do about 25 to 45 escrows a week, but we do about 130 inspections
consultations?
a week.
Oh, wow.
Every week.
How big is the staff?
We have almost 175. Yeah.
175, amazing.
And we're local.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm a second generation contractor. My father started a company. He was born and raised in Los Angeles. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. And we're still a family-owned company. We're just a pretty big local family-owned company.
By the way, I didn't mention your last name in the intro, but I want to say it because it's beautiful. And two, I finally know how to say it. Yeah. So it's Tourjé, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And that's your long line of. Tell me a little bit about it, just really quickly.
Yeah.
How proud you are.
Well, it's funny. I'm a total mix, right? But the name is such a beautiful name. It's a
beautiful.
French name, and
what is it? Do you know what it means?
I don't. So what I do know is we have some documentation on it, but it was obviously abbreviated.
Right.
So the name was abbreviated. We can't trace the full name, right? But it varied from Tourjé, which is Tour.
Wait, you speak French? Because you say it very suspiciously good.
My sister-in-law's French. Our French relatives they're long gone because they came here before the Revolutionary War, hundreds of years ago, right? But then they changed the name, so it was Tourgee, and then somehow it changed to Tourje. So yeah. Okay,
last kind of a serious question. Sure. Was there ever a project or a task that you've been called? It can be a crazy one too, that really pushed your team's creativity and challenged your expertise and had to be innovative in the approach where how you handled it, or any stories you can share.
Yeah. So I have to see what I can say. So well, first off.
Oh, it could just be a crazy request that you had to do or something.
I'm going to tell you because I just have to be a little cautious. So, we always get pushed to the limits in this job because we deal with hazardous situations like major landslides and buildings that are falling and sinking and shoring. But
someone wants to mention right above the ocean.
Yeah. So, I would say the buildings under buildings probably tests us the most.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
So we do underground structures, right? And we do underground structures underneath existing structures. So
like bunkers?
Yeah.
Is that requested more often lately for safety reasons?
So
okay, there are
there are
Uh-oh. You don't have to say.
No, I'll say. You're going to get a kick out of this. People have all sorts of, things that they enjoy doing, right? Some of them are questionable to some people, right? These things take place in dark underground rooms. Okay.
I'm not sure what he's referring to. So
I don't know.
Fill in the blank at home.
I don't know either. Yeah. So sometimes I often wonder what will happen or go down in those. Yeah. And one can get creative with their imagination, but I will tell you, what was that movie?
Which one?
I know my wife loves it. I'm pretty sure almost every woman loves it because that's the overwhelming feedback that I've had. It's it's a real kind of dark but sexual movie. I can't believe I'm going blank on it.
Oh my gosh, you're not talking about
what is it? Everybody knows what it is, but we don't know.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take some.
That for sure. I mean, that's best case scenario. Okay.
That's the best case scenario.
When you're underground building some of the things we've built, best case scenario, 50 Shades of Grey. Worst case scenario, not going to talk about it.
But maybe it's just a bunker, in case something bad happens or.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's a bunker, then usually you would have certain infrastructure in place for an apocalyptic scenario.
Well, and I was going to ask, don't they have to disclose what they're building? Because
no, not at all.
Also, lately it's been safe rooms are requested more and more. That's not something you build, right? But most certainly, do you create a foundation for that?
No, we'll build. So
you
we'll do any modification to an existing building. Like if it's an existing building, changing it, fixing it structurally, that's what we do. So yeah, if somebody wants to add a safe room or they want to build a bunker underneath their existing building, absolutely. Especially with the crime situation that we have here. Yeah, I've definitely seen an uptick in
Same.
Requests of security related enhancements. It's kind of sad, but
it is. But I think it's going to become a standard in new builds and in homes moving into 2026.
You're totally right.
Okay, let's have some fun.
Okay.
Since I can't think of any serious questions after you broke in the 50 Shades of Grey comment.
I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. If you personally, and I think of Kyle, Hillside Estate or Oceanfront Villa?
Oceanfront all day long.
Really?
No
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Human nature requires us to be near water. That is part of humanity is we need water. And the more vast the body of water, the more healthy you are. So I will take ocean all day long.
You can have that, absolutely. Dream neighborhood you would want to live in?
Riviera, right off the golf course of Riviera Country Club in Palisades.
Very good.
I love Riviera.
I'll send you listings.
Yeah. I don't know if I can afford it, but
be manifesting it. This is what we're manifesting.
Exactly.
Okay, very cool.
I dream one day, I'll buy a big, palatial estate right off of the country club, and at night I'll sneak onto the golf course and I'll play golf.
Nice.
All by myself.
Well, maybe you can buy one in Palm
listening.
Springs on the if they're not listening.
Oh yeah.
I hope they do. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
Maybe they'll give me a membership.
Kyle is coming. Exactly. Okay. Dream Los Angeles real estate agent you want to work with, but you haven't yet. I know you have worked with most of the top agents, so that's why this is a tricky question.
This is a tricky question. So I've inspected. I've worked on thousands of buildings. I've probably inspected close to 10,000 buildings now. And I've worked with just about all the top agents, but I've never personally worked with Sally Forster Jones.
No way.
Yeah. And so, she's just very impressive.
Yes.
And I follow her on Instagram, and I've obviously we've done escrows on her escrows. We've worked on buildings that she sold, plenty of houses that she sold. But I've just never personally worked with her, and she's just a very impressive agent.
Oh, I love
So I would say probably Sally Forster Jones personally, because she's one that I haven't worked with personally.
I really hope that will become truth for you.
Yeah,
because
maybe.
every time I meat her, she's just so kind and she remembers your name.
Yeah.
She always greets
That's what
you,
I hear.
makes sure that you're welcomed and just really, really have so much admiration for her.
I hear she's very authentic, very genuine, and that is,
not to mention
so
knowledgeable.
important. Yeah. Oh, she's got to be at her level. She's about as top tier as it gets.
Okay, celebrity you would want to build for. Ground up, just one.
You're going to laugh at me for this, okay? So I was torn. I have two.
Yeah. Oh,
I have
okay.
two.
You can have two. Listen, this is your lucky day. You can have two celebrities.
Well, I'm torn. I can't. It's got to be one of them, and they're two totally different people, right? Totally different eras, totally different people.
Okay. Are they alive?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
When you said eras, I thought maybe like,
There's a reason. You'll know why.
Okay.
I didn't really view deceased celebrities, because then that's impossible to say, because there's just too many.
It's hard to make a choice. Yes.
So I would say the two celebrities that I would love to build for are either Idris Elba or Clint Eastwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I doubt that they will be listening to the podcast, but if they do, I hope that helps.
Yeah, call me. Call me. I want to build for you guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're just, Idris Elba is just, he's such a great actor. He's a very sophisticated actor. I've heard that he's so nice, so genuine. He just seems like just a great celebrity to work with. And then Clint Eastwood is just, he's one of the last true film legends, and has just so many films that he's done are just legendary. That's the only way of saying it. So, who doesn't love Clint Eastwood? I mean, he transcends all cultures with his film. He's just epic. So those are my two. And I say that having worked for a lot of A-list celebrities.
That's why these are tough questions. I mean, I know
these are very tough questions.
They seem easy and
Yeah.
fun, but they're tough, especially for you because you work with so many great celebrities and amazing agents.
Yeah.
So
And it's really tough. I hope I'm not pissing people off too, because it's like agents, who's the agent you want to work with? Who's the celebrity? I hope I don't get calls from my agent clients and my celebrity clients like, you're such an asshole.
No, but you see, you already worked with them, so this doesn't apply to them. So
Okay,
they
good.
can be
All
mad.
right.
That's why
I'll just blame it on you for the questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, if you had to splurge on something big, art collection or car collection?
That's such a tough question because my father is an artist, and he's very immersed in the art culture and art world. So I have such a huge attachment to art.
What does Kyle like?
The problem is I love
You like
both.
Okay, you can have both. Both is a good answer.
But I would say because I work so much and I drive in a truck. That's my work vehicle.
I would do the art.
Well, I would say I'll have my little art collection at home, but I want a car collection.
Okay.
I want to
You
go.
can have it. Yeah.
I want a Ferrari.
Okay.
I want a few Ferraris.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the manifestation
Yeah,
board.
that's right.
You see, most of us just want a strong foundation under our home. Just kidding. Okay, one last question.
Yeah.
This is about, you touch a lot of iconic homes across LA. Your favorite architectural icon, think Lautner, Nutra, or would you want a house by them or a brand new, like a new construction, somebody that's creating these beautiful modern mansions?
Yeah.
What would Kyle do?
That is such a great question.
It's a tough one too. It's a very tough one.
So as an Angelino, born and raised, I've had the honor of working on a lot of different architectural masterpieces. I've worked on Lloyd Wright Juniors. I've worked on Neutras, Buff and Hensman, just pretty much every house that was designed by renowned architects. I love Harry Gessner. I've worked on a lot of Gessner homes. I've worked on boathouses. I've worked on pretty much every type of Gessner house in LA County, and I was able to work with him directly too before he passed away. Yeah.
Oh wow. When was that?
When did he pass away? Several years ago, but not recently though. Yeah.
When did you work with him?
Gosh, probably 12 years ago, something like that. He's such an epic architect, and he was so innovative in his buildings. I mean, I view Harry Gessner as the Frank Lloyd Wright of timber, wood. He was just a wizard of wood, right?
Wizard of wood.
Whereas Frank Lloyd Wright was known for his custom templates with stone and cement. He had just unbelievable cast, architectural features. Gessner, when it came to wood or radial features, like curved features, he's just the best. He's the best.
Wizard of wood. Okay.
The Wizard of Wood. Harry Gessner, that's my guy.
Okay, so you would own a home.
I would own a Gessner.
Gessner.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. Well, I'm so extremely grateful that
I know.
you came here and spread this wisdom on us. And I just really appreciate you.
Me too, Alexandra. This has been great.
Thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I mean, I think we've covered so many different topics
amazing.
that I think we should save even more fun for the next one.
Sounds like a good plan. I hope you do come back.
I hope so too. I hope you'll have me back.
Kyle Tourjé, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. Let's connect on all socials. And as always, head to callthelistingagent.com to elevate your estate and lifestyle. See you next time.